Good evening, gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel, Reasonable Fashion for Men. I am your host, Mr. Brian Goodman. And on today's video, guys, we're going to go over the pros and cons of using starch on your clothing. Stay tuned. The first pro of using starch on your clothing is that basically starch makes the clothes easier to iron. When dealing with fabrics such as linen or wool, these are very two what I call unruly fabrics. They pretty much do what they want to do, whether it's ironed or not. So that's where starch comes into play. With using starch, especially on those two types of fabric, we're able to get a clean, fresh, crisp look. Another benefit or pro to use a starch is that starch basically protects the fabric from staining. When you use starch, there's chemicals within it that makes the clothes stain resistant to a certain extent. Now, certain stains will not be able to come out, but the majority of stains will be able to come out if you are using starch on your clothes, which is always a plus because you don't want to make a mistake and get ketchup on you or coffee on you, and then now your shirt is ruined and you can't wear it no more. Final pro for using starch is very simple. It's basically starch will keep the clothes from wrinkling. No one wants to wear wrinkled clothes, and it'll give you that clean, crisp, some even call it a military look. Okay, gentlemen, now we're going to move on to our cons of wearing starch on our clothing. One particular con of wearing starch on your clothing is that starch can actually break down the fabrics of your clothing. And due to the fact that the fabric is broken down, it will begin to fray. By fray, I mean that you will begin to see little individual pieces that are coming off the fabric, as shown in this picture. Gentlemen, another con of using starch on your clothes is that it can make it very stiff and paper-like. A shirt should feel like a shirt. It shouldn't feel like a newspaper. And if you use too much starch on your shirt's going to feel like a newspaper. It's going to be stiff and real cardboard-like, which is not good. While we're on the subject of cons of using starch, you don't want to use starch on dark colors such as blacks or very dark blues for the simple fact that starch could leave a shine on the material. Our final con with using starch is that it can actually be harmful to your skin. If you're an individual with sensitive skin like myself, you can't use starch to a certain extent or a certain amount of starch. Otherwise, you'll start itching and you may break out. Okay, gentlemen, we've reached the end of our video, and I really hope this information was able to help someone. Until next time, guys, my name is Brian Goodman, and this is my channel, Reasonable Fashion for Men. I'll catch you on the next video.